Laozi, a great philosopher of ancient China, once said, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Many people hesitate to start because they fear making mistakes. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions, but in the end, they achieve nothing. True wisdom is not found in waiting, but in taking the first step. Let me tell you a story. In the heart of a quiet monastery, high in the misty mountains, lived a young scholar named Liang. He had been given a sacred task, writing the Book of Wisdom, a scroll that would guide future generations. But every morning, he stared at the blank parchment and thought, "I must wait until I find the perfect words." Days turned into months. His ink dried, his brushes collected dust, and yet the scroll remained empty. Instead of writing, Liang kept gathering more books, searching for the ultimate wisdom before he began. His room filled with scrolls, but his heart remained burdened by hesitation. One evening, the head monk entered and found Liang sitting in frustration. "Why do you look troubled, Liang?" Liang sighed. "Master, this book must contain the greatest wisdom, but what if my words are not wise enough?" The head monk nodded and picked up the untouched scroll. "How heavy is this?" Liang frowned. "It has no weight, master. It is empty." The monk smiled and placed a single grain of rice on the scroll. "Now, is it heavier?" Liang stared at the tiny grain of rice. It was nothing, and yet it was something. He suddenly understood. His greatest burden was not failure, but inaction. The blank scroll had been the heaviest weight of all, not because of what was written, but because of what wasn't. He picked up his brush and, without hesitation, wrote the first word. As ink touched the parchment, Liang felt lighter. He no longer sought perfection, only progress. The head monk chuckled. "Wisdom is not found in waiting, but in doing." The burden of nothing is always heavier than the weight of something. Procrastination is like a heavy chain. It holds you back from reaching your true potential. But remember, even the longest journey begins with a single step. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need the perfect moment. What matters is that you start. One small action today can lead to great success tomorrow. So, what is the first step you will take? No matter how small, take it now. Your future self will thank you. Wisdom is a gift. Don't keep it to yourself. If this story inspired you, help others discover it too. Like, share, and subscribe to spread the wisdom. Comment below. What's your biggest takeaway from this lesson?